All right, we're live. Right, shalom, shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem Hakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of the millstone. I honor you, brothers out there in the highway, byway, teaching this word in all sincerity and truth. And hmm? yeah, we were just discussing before the camp, and you know, we need salvation, man, right? Because right now the world is under wicked rulership. You know, the wicked are ruling. Job, let's get at Job 9 and 24. The wicked are in possession of the earth. The wicked have authority over the earth. And so they're, abusing the earth, abusing the people. And what does it lead to? Death, sorrow, confusion. These are all the things that we see increasing in the earth. Okay? The way of Esau Edom is not the right way. It's not progressive. Okay? Esau's, marketing his way or his way of life and his way forward as being progressive. And everything he does is against the laws of life, which is in the scriptures. And then so he runs his campaign. When you talk to our people about the laws of the Bible, they think, oh, it's archaic, it's outdated, it's not applicable, which is far from the truth. The laws of the Heavenly Father are applicable throughout all ages. And if you ground your way of life according to the ways of the laws, a lot of these problems in society would disappear overnight. And that's what it's going to be. The kingdom of heaven is established. A lot of problems that are everyday and normalized in this society are going to disappear. Okay? Job 9,
Joel chapter 9, verse 24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
Right, so the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Now, we've identified through the scriptures the wicked, specifically there, as talking about the seed of Edom, Esau Edom. All right, the border of wickedness. What's that? Malachi 1 and 4. Right, an actual people on earth. And we've identified to be so-called white men, so-called Caucasian. They're the Edomites that the Bible is speaking about. And they're the wicked that have possession over the earth. And you can look at that. That's what's happening in recent history. Esau, Edom, right, beginning with the British Empire, has gone over the entire face of the earth and has subjugated all people under his hand. All four corners of the earth. He's established colonies and has his armies patrolling. And case on point, you go to so-called Africa, you got South Africa, you got the colonization. You go over to the Pacific, as far as the Pacific, you got Australia, you got New Zealand, right? Their hand is north, west, south, and east. The international community, they control that. Most of the major international seats of power are controlled by Esau Edom, right? They got the biggest say. They got the number one seat at all the tables. Okay, you got that? Yeah, if you had something else.
Yeah. So Isaiah 14 and the 4, right? It says, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of rulers. He who smote the people in wrath and with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hinder it.
Right, because the thing is, right, Esau Edom being the devil that he is, he deals with duality, witchcraft, right? He wears masks. So on one hand, he's really the devil, He really only cares about himself. He's narcissistic in his activities. He has no honor, right? The only thing that he savors or really believes in is his own profit. That's in the book of Malachi. No, sorry, that's the book of Habakkuk, the second chapter. If you can get that, I know you're holding that. Habakkuk, second chapter. This man really only believes in what profits him, how he can gain in any situation. and he will gain at the expense of everything. Nothing else matters as long as he's gaining. He does. Your life don't matter. Your children don't matter. The environment don't matter. The Most High don't matter. As long as Esau can get his gratification, he can gain in a situation. Esau gonna do what he got to do. But at the same time, he also wants to be praised. He wants to be looked at as a hero. That's bringing another scripture to the mind. Satan is transformed into an angel of light. Let's get these scriptures.
2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
What does that mean? It's like this. You got Satan is the adversary, right? The adversary is totally against you. The adversary is supposed to, Satan is supposed to represent evil, wickedness, right? What does it mean to be transformed into an angel of light? Meaning he's gonna come to you like he's doing good for you. He's gonna come to you like he's edifying, like he's somebody you should be listening to, like he cares for you. But then when you really break it down, it's none of the case. That's not the case. And you can look at it. Look at Esau's politicians. Look at the way they operate. Look at the way they speak. If you believe their speech, then you believe they love you, so-called black people. They care about you. They want to do this for you. They want to do that for you. They care about the children. What about the children? These men don't give a damn about the children. They like to pose as saviors. They like to pose as, oh, if you follow me, it's going to be good for you. When realistically, he knows that the methods he's putting in place has got nothing to do with your benefit. He's always got an ulterior motive or some underhanded skullduggery type tactic that's going to end up working against you, but benefiting him and him only.
And that's why I say never trust thine enemy. Because he'll do all these things. The enemy will do all the things that make you look like he's doing right in the world to just deceive you.
Yep.
So he can take advantage of you.
Like the philanthropist. When you look at all the top Edomite, the devils, if you look in their biographies or their, is that what it's called, about? Or yeah, whatever description it is, like the Rothschilds are known as philanthropists. If you look at all the top elite Edomite families, they're always looked at as philanthropists because they're charitable. When they take way more than they give. It's all ulterior motives, man.
Yeah, go on. This is Psalms 5 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but woe was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
So Esau has the ability to basically just speak sweetly and talk to you nicely and dress himself up, put on a nice suit, kiss the babies, all of that. But really within himself, he's looking at how he can take you down, how he can oppress you, how he can put you down. Exploit you. So he's all talking about he'll have the G7 meeting and go to the UN and we're having a war on poverty and we want to develop this and develop that. And really, when you really break it down and you look at it, it's all a way to benefit him. Right? You got the IMF, the World Bank. On the face of it, what were they created to do? To help underdeveloped countries develop and become better. But then everyone's found out that IMF, actually, no, that's not their job. Their job is to get these nations in debt so that the IMF and the giant Western corporations can go in and steal all the resources and the productivity of those nations for themselves. That's why nowadays it's been exposed to the point that if the IMF have a meeting in any one of these countries, they got to have armed security outside because the people from the country have now woken up to what's actually going on. They've woken up to what the job of the World Bank actually is, what the job of the IMF actually is, as opposed to what they say it is. And that's the nature of this devil. Yeah?
Hold on, look at it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, go on. This is for Saraki or Ecclesiasticus 12 and 15. Or 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
Right. The enemy speaking sweetly, and then so you even have this situation where Esau's good at playing good cop, bad cop, which is a perfect psychological game to play. The police do it all the time. The police that's actually a police method. You've got two cops, and one cop's gonna play the bad cop, and he's gonna antagonize you. And so your focus is oh, he's the enemy. I've got to be on my defense. Then you got the good cop, preferably a woman, and she's gonna be there like the counterbalance to him. So you kind of lean towards them. You start trusting them. All of a sudden now you start telling her things. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you think she's there to help you when they're on the same team. They're both trying to put you in jail. She's trying to get you put in jail, or he's trying to put you in jail. Good cop, bad cop. So the same thing they play out in the political arena. So in America, for instance, you got the Democrats and you got the Republicans. Now they paint the Republicans as the bad cop when it comes to so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. The Republicans, their role is to play the role of the bad cop, Trump. That's why Jake just hated Trump. Don't ask them why they hated Trump, because they're not going to be able to tell you why they hate Trump. They just hated Trump. Trump, he racist. He all right. Even man in the UK, you got some Jake hair in the UK. You be at work, and they'll be like, oh, they'll be screaming and hollering and foaming out the mouth. I just don't like Trump.
Say my dad, man. My dad would every day he come off work talking shit about Trump. Man. I'm like, but dad,
what's this guy done? And then I was chatting to one Jake woman at work, and she was talking about traveling because I didn't go to America because Trump was president. What difference did that make? Like, do you really think like because Trump is president, like it made any difference to just go into Miami and stay in a resort, go in Disneyland or something like, or you know what I'm saying? Like what? Because emotionally, the psychological operation has got them so clocked into like bad man. But then you got a guy like Joe Biden, you got people like Bill Clinton, they work with the Democrats. That's the good cop. That's the good cop. The Democrats, they're good. That's why Biden said you ain't black if you don't vote for Democrats. And so they got Jake clocked in on that when the reality of the situation is they're both working towards the same end. Because who came up with the crime bill? It was Bill Clinton and Joe Biden. You see what I'm saying? So these are all aspects of how the devil operates. They're going to be Edomites that are going to pretend to be friends or pretend to be for you, to be advocates. What they call them, allies. But really, they're the devil, man. And they can't be trusted.
He will weep with his eyes, but if we find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
That's right. When the opportunity comes and they can stick that dagger in, they're going to stick the dagger in. Because you're going to find out in the end that they were really only for themselves and the upliftment, and they're not willing to sacrifice for you. You best believe that.
If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee.
Right.
They'll put on the act, put on the facade. You know, like he's your best friend, that he's trying to do everything in his power to do right for you, man. Right for the planet, right for everybody. But the whole time he's trying to undermine you, man.
Yeah, like a lot of these government programs, like for instance, welfare, man. The way they set up welfare was designed to destroy the family because they made it where only single parent women could get the welfare. So there's an ulterior motive behind it. It looks like he's trying to help, but really he wants to keep you in a state of dependency and to destroy you. And that's how Esau operate, man. There's always a goal that you got to think deeper to understand. On the face of it, you might think, yeah, and then they'll say, oh yeah, we're helping you, we're doing this, we're doing that. Really, when you break it down, they're not doing the damn thing.
He will shake his head and he clap his hands and he whisper much and he change his countenance.
Then you're going to find out the truth behind how you really feel about you, man.
Find out he's the enemy.
You know? Yeah. They're the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. They're our cold enemy, man. Right? We got Habakkuk.
Habakkuk 2 of 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Right, this man's because basically, what's the main character of the Edomite man? Christianity, right? Now, what do they profess in Christianity? Love. They confess that they love their neighbor. Do they not? That's what they confess. Oh, we love everybody. But the Bible tells you that love worketh no ill to his neighbor. So this man has gone around the world professing or painting an image of himself in the movies and in the media as being the loving one, the humanitarian. Like when they show you, for instance, if you look at Marvel, if you look at Marvel, you look at DC, right? They create heroes. The heroes are always on the side of the government. What does Superman represent? He represents the American way. Superman is a super American. And so what do they paint him as? Oh, he don't kill nobody. He just out for justice. He just out for peace. So that puts a psychological thing in your brain, like, okay, this is what this man's really about. Oh, Captain America. Stand up dude. Yeah? He's a straight up standard dude. Captain America. He believes in justice. He don't believe in bullies. But what's the reality of what Esau has been doing in the earth from the very beginning? Being a bully, being an oppressor, shedding blood, extorting, lying, stealing, small print. You see what I'm saying? Undermining, setting up spies, COINTELPRO. Nothing but subversive tactics. But Superman's not supposed to be about subversive tactics. You understand what I'm saying? So they set up that Christianity. Oh, look, this so-called white man, his name's Jesus, and he died and suffered for everyone. So then you so-called Negroes believe it when they tell you that a whole bunch of Edomites went to war with another bunch of Edomites for you. That's what they want to tell you. They put you in school and they say, yeah, them niggas are down, them white people down south, they were just evil and racist. But the so-called white people up north, they were some good Christian folk. And they went out there and got eviscerated and got chopped to pieces by cannonballs because they wanted to free you from slavery. And you Negro, a lot of you Negroes believe it, man. You believe that bullshit. Right? You believe an Edomite woke up one morning and said, gosh darn it. I don't know what accent. I gotta use the generic American accent. Gosh darn it, Suzanne, go get me my musket. Because these Negroes down there is suffering. And I need to go free them people. Me and Abe, was it Abe Lincoln? Me and Abe, we gonna go down there and we gonna freeze them black people. Because they's humans too. And you believe that, man? Man trekking through swamps and losing limbs for Negroes? No, the Civil War was nothing to do with the livelihood and the quality of life of so-called Negroes, man. A so-called white man will never in a day in his life sacrifice himself and his life for you. Are you mad? How does that make sense? No. It was all about states' rights. The southern states wanted to be independent and had their own economy that was independent of the northern economy. So Abe Lincoln wanted to get the southern states in order. So he threatened to take away their number one source of production, which is their slaves. They needed slaves on the plantation. So he said, we're going to take away your slaves. We're going to the U.S. government's going to take control of the slaves. And you're going to use them when we want you to use them and how we say you're going to use them. That's why you got employment law. Because now the government sets the standard for the slaves. It had nothing to do with freeing the slaves and giving them a better life. Wake up, man. That's why they promised you Negroes 40 acres and a mule and they never gave it to you. Because it wasn't about you having freedom, socio-economic freedom. It was never about that. And that's why after they won the war, you were still suffering racism in the South and the North to this day. Yeah, as Deontay Wilder would say. Same thing over here in the UK. Oh, yeah, Hitler. If Hitler won the war, we oh we went to war against Hitler to fight racism. Bro, they were throwing bananas at John Barnes, bro. They were throwing bananas at John Barnes. How are they? So these same people that's throwing bananas at John Barnes went in a trench in Belgium somewhere with bunny rats running around the place, getting jungle rot, yeah, for some blackies. That's why they went over there. Come on, man. Go on, man. You gotta keep it real, man. Don't let these people fool you, man. Just like they went into Iraq for the Iraqi people. Yeah, sure. Freedom.
But the just shall live by faith. Yea, also, because he transgressed thy one, he is a proud man.
He's a proud man, and the Bible tells you that pride is the beginning of sin. Esau Edom is very proud. He ain't humble. He's not meek. He believes that everything belongs to him. He's at the ultimate God complex, the ultimate level of narcissism. He's so narcissistic that he can't even play the role of the devil and be the devil. He also has to be the hero. That's how narcissistic this devil is. That's why you get these devils walking around and they could destroy the whole world and give £1 to charity and walk around like they've done something. Like they're the good people in the earth. Oh, yes. I opened up a soup kitchen. Meanwhile, they're getting paid from a company that's pumping plutonium into man's water or something. These people are the devil, man. Go on. Exactly, that's the word. And the Bible tells you that the congregation of the hypocrites shall burn, man. Because that's all it is. They're a bunch of actors. These Edomites are all actors. Because if they were really if they were really humanitarians, the earth would be ran in a humanitarian form. There wouldn't be all this lip service going on. But then when you look under the hood, it's all bullshit. How long has the music industry been stealing from the artists, and everybody knows and nothing's done about it? They even do. These men are so wicked. They'll do a Netflix program to show you how, yeah, the prison industrial complex. Then expose it on Netflix. Guess what? Nothing changed. Oh, that's bad. The Edomites are sitting at home. Oh, that's terrible that they do that to black. Hold on, let me just finish my fucking steak. Blood all over. Oh, that's terrible. Hey, Suzanne, it's terrible that they've been arresting them there Negroes like that. Damn, this Netflix documentary exposing that. Change the channel when it's over and watch Avengers. I don't give up. Come on. Yeah, go on, though.
Joel 20 verse 5, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was a place upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite for a moment.
They've been having a good time. Listen, as long as the Edomites making money, they got their gal or their boy, you know how their man deal, right? They don't give a damn about you, Jake, man. All these Edomites care about at the end of the day is uplifting themselves, man. And they will do that at the expense of anyone else and turn a blind eye to anything that's happening. And that's how Esau's system works. It's all about getting to that 100K, 200K job, and they don't give a perk they'll turn a blind eye. They'll know that whatever they're doing is destroying people. They don't care. Cigarette companies, they all knew. They just go along with it. All right, fuck it, man. Listen, I'm on a 200K a year. Man. Woo! So that they can get the white picket fence and the Labrador, and they don't care what's going on in the ghettos because they don't have to deal with that.
No ethics, morality.
They don't have no ethics. They don't care what's going on in the ghettos. They go into Starbucks or wherever they're going and they're living their life. The so-called white man has never cared what your life is like in the ghetto. They only care when something from the ghetto affects them. Like a shooting happens in their area, then it's a problem. Other than that, they don't give a damn. They don't have to do it. They can go walk in their parks and walk their dogs. They don't care about you. They don't even give you a thought. It's just the truth. They only care about themselves. So, you know.
The book of Ecclesiasticus 14 and the uh, 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee.
That's it. If they can come in and oppress you and use you for some kind of means, then they can come in and they're gonna smile and they're gonna befriend you, or they might come in through the front door with a shotgun. It depends on how they want to do it, so they can get what they want. These people are not self-sacrificing.
If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yeah, he will make thee bear, and he will not be sorry for it.
That's right. He will find a way to translate your wealth and any possessions you have to himself. And he has a whole economic system set up strategically to do that. And they don't care. Wolf of Wall Street, that's how they don't care. They're not going to be sorry about it. They'll blame you. When them Edomites are sitting up there in their middle class homes, right? If you go into any one of them homes and you hear the conversations they have, do you know what they teach their children? Do you know how they think? They think to themselves, you see them people over there, they're poor because they want to be poor. They're the way they are because they want to be that way. That's just how things are. We've given them everything they need. Forgetting about all the subversion they do, we've given them everything they need to improve themselves, and they don't improve themselves. They fully blame you for everything. I'm just telling you the truth. That's how Edomites think. I remember I had one Australian girl told me that one time as well when I was working in Primark. I asked her about the Aborigines, and she was like, "Oh, they're criminals." I was like, "What?" She was like, "Raw, they're what? They're criminals." I was like, "Yeah, but you know they're impoverished. It's their yeah, because they're poor because they want to be poor." Like, who the fuck's poor because they want to be poor? Who did that survey? But that's how they think, man. They'll never take any kind of accountability to how they are actively destroying people, man. They got a hand in it too. They never take no accountability. What's the CIA been doing? COINTELPRO infiltrating any movement that so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans have to destroy it and to subvert it. Go on.
If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smite upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou? And he will shame thee by his meats until he have done thee dry twice or thrice, and at the last he will laugh thee to scorn. Afterward, when he sees thee, he will forsake thee. He'll forsake thee and shake his head at thee.
Right, so they'll use a so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American Indian for their benefit, and they'll give you all the goodies. They'll give you the goodies. But once they're finished with you, they'll take all the goodies back, man, and have you out there. You're trying to make phone calls and they ain't picking up no more. And you see that happen. Once they have no use for you, Esau will drop you like a bad habit. The wolves will come in, the vultures will come in, take everything you got, and you probably end up living on the streets, man. Or you're a drug dealer. They do that to these drug dealers. A lot of these drug dealers, they're working with people, and then when they're finished with them, they'll get them raided and get rid of them and then bring in a new guy. That's how it works.
Well, it's exactly what the WEF are working on right now. You know, because at this moment in time, Esau's giving you liberty to, give you certain privileges that you can enjoy in the earth, right? But at the moment, they're working on taking everything back. So you're left with nothing. You know, don't own nothing. No, we're talking about the electric car industry.
Well, hold on. How can all these politicians be signing on to you will own nothing and be happy, then come on the TV and tell you they believe in bringing you prosperity? How did those two things? Which one does he actually believe? Which one does he want to do? Because one man's telling they're going to take everything from you, and then when he comes back and he's on the TV, he's promising you, "Oh, you're going to get more money, more jobs." How does that work, man?
Actively trying to get rid of jobs. You know, increasing the AI, increasing robots, increasing, reducing workers. They're constantly doing that, man. That's why everyone's striking. Because everyone's rights is getting eroded, man. You know? And I said, you got to, the position they want people in, man, is that you're completely dependent on the government, on rations, man. There ain't gonna be no economy. You know, there ain't gonna be no car sales.
And you
There
gotta
ain't gonna
find,
be no cars.
you gotta find out once you're completely obsolete, Esau gonna press the delete and feel no way about it, because you're gonna find out this man was never a humanitarian. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about your children. He doesn't care about your babies. He doesn't cry when you die.
Yeah.
Right? He's not. They don't give a fuck, man. Beginning with their elites, they don't care. They cremate. They cremate care. Go on, they turn care into an effigy and burn it, man. Go on.
This is the book of Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yeah, also because he transgressed thy wine, he is a proud man. Never keepeth at home.
He ain't gonna mind his own business. Esau's never been about minding his own business, doing what he's got to do. No, Esau's always looking. The Bible tells you that the eye is the most evil thing. It warns you about a man that has a covetous eye. This man's eye is covetous. The man's eye is so covetous. The man's got satellites with eyes on there, looking like he looking for something, gold, whatever. His eye is covetous. Let's go back to the Native American Indians. 3,000 plus square miles of land known as the land of America. They had dominion over that entire land. And people really don't understand how big America is and the level of resources that were in the land of America. We're talking about every mineral, every resource you can think of is in the land of America, man. You want to talk about good arable land, good fertile soil. That's why at first they called it Canaan, and they likened it to the promised land. They said, yo, this is the promised land. Because when they went to America, you got huge swathes of America that's just perfect to grow fucking corn and untouched. Then you got land that's cattle. You could just raise cattle, them cowboys, and it's nothing but grassland to raise your cattle. Then you got woodlands filled with all the woods, the wood that you need. Then you had iron there. Then you got gold there. Look at the gold rush. You got silver there. Yeah. What else you got there? You got oil there. Because there's plenty of oil in America. When you think about it, that's why America is such a wealthy nation. It's not just from the resources they steal from other places in the world. It's also based upon the resources that was actually there. So what did they do? They stole one part of America, and then they would agree with the Native American Indians. Okay, you can have that part, but then they'll find out, send a spy over there. Oh, there's some gold here. There's some. Next thing you know, actually, rip that up. No, we want this part. And that's how the natives were marginalized and squeezed into a smaller and smaller portion of the 3,000 fucking square miles of America to end up on a land with no viable resource, not even good land to grow. It's basically the worst of the land of America was given onto the Native American Indians. They took anything that was worth anything. That's that covetous eye, man. And they took it by any means necessary. Yeah. This brother's in Hamilton.
No.
Oh yeah. Come on, we won't keep reading, but yeah. Yeah, man. That covetous eye. Go on.
Who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death and cannot be satisfied.
This man Esau Edom, he don't believe in a man having his fair share. He believes that if you got 10, he wants 11. That's the truth. If you got 10, you got to give him 11. How does that work? He wants your 10 plus more. So you better find it from somewhere. That's why even to this day, Mr. Humanitarian, who's changed and he's not what happened with the French? The French, because remember when Esau, and you can go on YouTube and you can look up the colonization of Africa and the world, right? And it's like a virus. It's like man, I'm watching Contagion, or you're watching Last of Us. Yeah, it's like a virus. You just see huge swathes of land just getting taken over by France, Germany, Spain, Portugal. They just go on YouTube, just type it in, the growth of colonialism in the world. You just see Esau just spreading like a virus, just taking this bit. So the French had all them countries, right? Now they lied to the world and invented something called independence. So you had all these African nations becoming independent. But they put these people on what's known as neo-colonialism. So they have to use Esau's money, Esau's franc, which they control to this very day. So they can use they can abuse the resources of these countries, man, and they can't control their own finances to keep them impoverished, right? So they print their money, and their money is made in France. But these guys are meant to be independent. Then on top of that, they sign them up to contracts that say any resource that's in your country, France gets to set the price. And if you don't accept the price that France offer you, guess what? You're not allowed to sell to anyone else. So you can't even go out in the open market and say, how much, and try and get the best price for your resources. And that's still to this day. The good Christian Edomite man, he's doing that. Now, do you see America? Do you see the American president standing up and saying, well, we're the voice of freedom in the world, and I'm Captain America and I'm Superman, and what's happening to them African nations over there at the hands of France is wrong. They won't even mention it. You know who did mention it? The Italian foreign minister mentioned it, because a lot of the migrant crisis is people from them countries fleeing up through North America, and they're coming into Italy. And the guy said, hold on, wait, man. Coming up through, what did I say? Sorry, coming up, yes, like, coming up through, portals. Going up through some flat earth. Yeah, coming up through North America, right? Coming up through North Africa, so like, yeah. And up through Italy, right? And they started basically, the French were getting on Italy like da 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 da. So the Italians go, hold on, wait, this is your problem. You started this. You control those African nations that these people are running from. You're impoverishing these people. And that's how it all came out, because they were fighting against each other. Well, how come all these other European nations don't come together? You know why? Because they're all profiting. When it comes to them working together and pilfering the other nations, it's pure blind eyeism. No, when the BBC ain't talking about it, Fox News ain't gonna talk about it. Oh, there's a cat somewhere in a tree. Let's look at that. That's how this devil operate, man.
And he cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
And that's another thing as well. Esau's always been stealing, man. Like, he's not satisfied with what he's got. He want to take everything he got, right? Everybody at one time in America owned gold or silver. Right? Right? They just, nah, okay, we're not going to do that. No, we're going to take up the gold stand, the silver stand, or whatever. We're going to take that. And you're going to have some paper currency that ain't worth nothing. You can't trade it in for actual resource, you know, actual wealth. You know? But he's continuously doing that with everything. He's taking little by little, just taking things away from you, and you're not really clued into what's going on. I don't understand what happened when that happened. You know, when they took him off the gold stand, they didn't fucking just riot.
Witchcraft, man.
There you go, right?
And Esau's got the veneer of authority, of righteousness. He's good at making it look like, yeah, I'm the police, I'm the authority. The devil, man.
I said, now you got this fiat currency, and he's robbing you with that as well. He's valuing your dollars, man.
Interest rates, all that, man. Scams, man. It's a scam artist.
So, Micah 2:2, and they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
That's what happened all over South America, man. The American military bullying up South America, setting up military coups so that their corporations can go into South America and dominate and make all the pesos, man. Meanwhile, our people, the people who's actually, that land is their inheritance, suffer in the favelas, homes. They're suffering in the favelas.
I don't even have a house, you know what I'm saying? It's the Spaniards there that live in luxury.
And then they focus on the drug trade. But a big reason why the drug, because another thing need to people realize is when you watch these programs about the drug trade, it ain't the little man that's down there, the little runner that's making any money, man. When you really break it down, most of them guys that's working for these cartels are making like $1. Like they're making nothing. When you really break it down, they ain't making money. The guys that's actually making money are the top dudes, which are linked in with the CIA and all that, that's making the millions and billions and rolling like that. The average person that's working in the whole drug economy ain't making nothing. But a lot of times, that's the only way they can make money because the rest of the economy is shit. Man have to farm the cocaine because the big corporations come in and take them out of the game and they're running everything. So it's like, Rod, what do we do? Well, we got to farm this cocaine, and even then the farmers ain't getting paid. The man who's actually growing the cocaine ain't getting, half of them are in slavery down there growing that cocaine. So that Edomites like Joe Biden and
just the mines, isn't it? You know, lithium mines, who's making most of the money? Apple. You know, with these top tech leagues.
Bro, even the mans that's in America selling the drugs ain't making money. Let's keep it real. Only a few men are really making real money. The corner boys ain't really making nothing, man. Them man have to spend the re-up and get fucked up. That's a scam as it is.
Oh, no. About 2 and 6, shall not all this take up a parable against him, and they taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his.
Right, they increase that which is not theirs. They have increased by oppressing, right, and destroying the peoples of the earth and taking their resource and their productivity, right? Taking their inheritance, cheap labor. These American companies, they made money off Jake working for cheap. Then they couldn't really pay Jake as cheap as they want to pay, so, or the other Edomites. So what did they do? Mao Zedong. What president was that again? It wasn't Nixon. I forgot what president he was, but China was close to the world. They went over there to China. They made a deal with Mao Zedong so that Mao Zedong would turn his population into go from farmers, because most of them were subsistence farmers that would grow food for themselves, shift them out of the farms into the cities and have them working in sweatshops for nothing. And then all these American companies were like, hold on, so you mean to tell me I gotta pay this goofy ass American fucking $8, $9, $10 an hour, but I can ship my production over to China and pay man like by 50 cents a week, and then bring that back over to America and sell it and make a killing? So they did that. So they basically slave labor, sweatshop labor. They went over the world and did that. And that's why the average American now is catching hell, because before you at least could make some money being the working class, working in a factory, producing goods. They shipped all the production abroad. And that's why the American economy is suffering, because really only the top 1% and the top dons are making money. The Apple executives and all them dons. And everyone else is have to be getting credit.
That's what we were saying earlier about they've got no morals and no ethics, man. Like they're quite happy to screw over their own people.
Oh,
you know, just so they can make more money. You know, they don't care about your conditions back home. Especially you, Jake. They don't give a fuck about Jake, about your conditions. They're not trying to make your conditions better. They're going to give you some cheap labor, like go work in McDonald's or something.
yeah.
You know, but everyone knows that ain't enough.
What matters to them is the corporation, and what matters to the corporation is the shareholders, the owners. So Esau's system is ultimately ran only for the benefit of the profit of the elite, at the detriment of everyone else. And if you die, you die. That's the way they look at it. Oh, the factory's got to close down. You better figure it out. Don't give a damn. We'll still be making money if you kept it over, but you know what? We want to make that extra $2, $3. You know, we want to extort it. So, oh no. Yeah, Esau, man, he's a real piece of shit, man. But the biblical economy doesn't work like that. If you apply the laws of the Bible, it doesn't work like that at all, man. It's not about big corporations just coming in and everything for profit. squeezing the people out of life and home. It's demonic, man. Go on, up.
How long unto him that lays himself with big prey? Shall they not last up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for a booty unto them?
And that's one of the reasons why Esau ain't gonna have no friends in the new world order. Esau ain't gonna in the kingdom of heaven, because everyone's gonna be educated, and more people are realizing that this man is the devil, man. He's a devil, and that's why you have a first world and then you got a third world. Because that's what Esau's design. And he didn't really give a damn about no one, and he weren't nobody's friend. So what do you think is gonna happen when he go down? When you're an asshole, when you go down, ain't nobody looking for you. Ain't nobody looking for you. Not one nation is gonna be like, hey, you know what, Esau was all right. No, he was the devil that the Bible speaks of. When you go down, it's gonna be lonely in them pits. In them pits, it's gonna be lonely. Don't look for anyone to give you anything or help you out. Here, Esau. You didn't get no bread here. Have some of mine. No, man, ain't nobody going looking to help Esau Edom whatsoever. You ain't gonna get no charity, man, in the kingdom of heaven, man. Because you're an asshole. You got guys, I watched one documentary, guys that are picking the coffee in Somalia and that can't afford a cup of coffee from Starbucks in America, man. They literally can't afford it. How does that even make sense? So who's making all the profit from this coffee? They're selling a cup of coffee here in London for what, like what, £4 or £5 for a cup of coffee, and the man that's growing the coffee, the farmers that's growing the coffee, can't afford to buy one cup. Nah, bruh, this is a violation. They can't even set the price of their coffee. Esau sets the price for them. Yeah. Well, and then they make up this fair trade garbage. Esau the devil. Fair trade. And it's all marketing. Ethical sourcing.
Bad dog.
Oh boy, Esau's the devil, man. And then you have some guy feeling good about himself. Yeah, I just bought this coffee. It's fair trade. See, it says so on the look, it says fair trade on there, so it must be fair. Simping it down, and it's just a stamp, man. Esau just stamped it.
And the markup on coffee is fucking crazy. The profit on coffee is actually immense. You know, 90%, 95% profits, man. So you imagine what these men are getting paid there. ain't a lot at all. Might be more than the situation at the moment with them, but they should be getting paid more for what they're doing. But Esau can exploit that.
Yep.
So he can play them as little as he wants.
You got primary, you got secondary, you got tertiary goods. Esau made sure that in them countries, if they're producing secondary and tertiary goods, he owns the factories. He doesn't want people to be producing goods and having to sell it to him. That's why most of the chocolate isn't made in foreign countries. They ship the cocoa to Europe and make the chocolate in Europe, and that's why you got all over Eastern Europe, you got billionaires that they make chocolate and then sell it back to them guys, man. Esau, I mean, there's a lot of dirty tactics, man, but that's how Esau rolls.
It's Isaiah 14:4. So that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hinder it. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet, they break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fetters come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming, is stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. He have raised up there from their thrones all the kings of the nations. And they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, the pride, right? And then the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee.
Yeah, the celebrations, man. Because that's why America's been one big fucking party. Because they've been celebrating what they've been doing to the earth, doing to the people, man.
You don't feel bad. Rejoicing, man.
When you go watch that thing, the economic hitman, and listen to how he was living and his job was basically to get countries to put themselves in debt. That man had all the yachts and all the pussy a man could wish for. That's how it works, man. Yeah.
Verse 12 says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning, which are these elites, right? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations? But thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
I'll be like this guy. He trying to manipulate everything according to his will, man. That's not how it's supposed to be. The earth is supposed to be governed according to the righteousness of Al Shai that created. That's why the Lord provided laws, man. And even the Israelites, when we rule, we're going to rule according to the laws, man. Esau want to rule according to his own wicked, demonic lust. He rules the world according to his lust, man.
We're making out as we're going along. You know? Esau just does what he feels like.
Do as thou wilt. His thing is, if he could get away with it, do it.
Yeah.
That's his ideology. If I could do it and get away with it and do some propaganda or some media hit piece and smooth it over and it come out smelling of roses, then why not? As long as I made millions, why fucking not? And that demonic spirit is on everybody now. That's why everybody is basically willing to do whatever it takes to make money. Because that spirit starts from the top and it's trickled on down to the average person in society. They're willing to do any fuckery out here, sell their soul, eat donkey dick. They'll do any form of madness. And you can see it on the TV. You turn the TV on, you see people eating donkey testicles and doing the most wild just to get that fame to make money. They don't care about honor. They don't care about what's right or what's wrong. As long as you make money at the end of it, that's the end all and be all of the situation. The love of money is the root of all evil. But that comes from the top down. Yeah.
So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2 verse 10. Let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient grey hairs of the age, nor respect not life at all. Right? Let our strength be the law of justice.
Yeah.
Because they're in the power seat right now, they can get away with shit.
Yeah.
So they abuse that power on the earth.
Shut you up with them guns, man.
There's nothing to restrain them. They're not restrained by the law here in the scriptures. They're not going by that. They're making their own law. But they've got the power to. But their own laws subsist of taking the advantage of everybody, man.
Yeah, loopholes, turning a blind eye. They say justice is blind. You're damn right it's blind. Because them might be turning a blind eye to all the wickedness that these elite Edomites will do. And that's how you make it in the judicial system. As a judge or as a district attorney, the way you get promoted is you come down hard on the little man. When I say come down hard, I'm talking about black on white porno hard. You coming in deep with a 12-incher, man. No lube. That's how you come down on the little man. But then when it comes to the insiders, all of a sudden it's like, oh, sweetheart deal. He's a good man. And they showed Dave Chappelle showed you that. Remember that skit Dave Chappelle did, and he kind of reversed the roles. When Esau do something, bear slap on the wrist.
Libel scandal and retiring full benefits, man.
You do something, Esau will slap you with a fine that'll hurt your children. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like hurt. Like, oh, how am I gonna survive? Esau will destroy a whole habitat. He saved himself fucking 100 billion by doing that, and they'll slap man with a $20 million fine. They'll put that in the newspaper. Oh, such and such company got a $20 million fine, and everyone's like, oh shit, yeah, justice, it works. Bro, they saved 1 billion. That's a win. Them men are in there popping off the champagne.
That was a calculated risk.
Calculated, man.
Calculated cost and risk, man.
Because they've already made the deal on the back end. Yeah, you know.
You at the end of it, you're still going to be like 900 like, oh,
yeah, that's a win.
What do you think they're going to fuck like the 20 million that they're going to find you? No, I'm going to take that risk.
Now, the district attorney and them guys are supposed to know, listen, we're going to hit you where it hurts. But they don't do that, man. They're gonna make it look like they're doing something, and then they can get promotions. Kamala Harris, Kamala Harris. Yeah, you can get promoted and might even become vice president because you know how to play the game and go along with Esau and his wickedness, man. And you ain't the type to blow the whistle or have any integrity. In this society, they don't want you to have no integrity. If you got integrity, you ain't gonna make it in this society. They're gonna keep you down.
That's why voting is a piece of shit. Voting ain't worth the time, man. You know, because they said they're all playing the game. Anyone that you think is sincere, guess what, ain't sincere by the end of it. Or they just don't last, man.
Or they kill them or get rid of them. Whistleblowers, they don't want whistleblowers.
Look what happens to them.
Yeah, they get, yeah, we don't want no whistleblowers.
Someone's still hiding. Assange, he fucked up. He's on the way, he's right.
They don't want no whistleblowers, man. They don't want no one with no integrity.
This the man he had to change his, you know, his biological and shit. What is it? They all got fucked up, man.
This is the book of Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which framest mischief by law?
Famous and mischief by law, man. So they manipulate the laws for themselves, and that's the way of Rome. Now, the laws of the Bible is not for the rich or for the poor. The Bible told you that the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. In fact, let me get that. Just to give you an example of Israelite law and how it's perfect. Right? Let me get that real quick.
I mean, as well as in the kingdom, even though obviously Israel got a higher station in the world than everybody else, but the law is still fair for all. You know? Obviously, we're going to take our piece because we're the rule of the earth.
Yeah, Esau take it all though.
Exactly. But it's still fair.
Hey, the Lord asks for 10%. Esau.
Well, check this. Esau's the basis of all men. He deserves the least. Right? But he acting like he's the top don. He gonna take everything. Like he's like the Lord gave it to him.
Right. Esau take half the shit. Esau literally, when these celebrities and that make money off the top, Esau's taking half. The most high asks for 10%. Esau taking, and that's just that. There's so many stealth taxes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I'm saying like he's taking 100%.
It's almost 100%, man, taking. This is Psalm 24:1. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. Right? So that's why the Lord set up laws of inheritance. So a king couldn't just come and confiscate everyone's land. Oh, that land belongs to me now. That land belongs to me. There were laws that protected every individual, whether you was rich or poor, to protect your source of production and wealth, which is your land. That even if you fell into poverty and you had to sell that land, the Lord made a law where you could get that land back. You could either redeem that land early if you had the money or your family member had the money to help you, or you had the year of the release or the year of Jubilee where you would get that land back. And so then you wouldn't end up in a situation where one or two families own all the land and everyone's paying rent.
And you're through generation to generation. You know, once you lose your shit, man, you can't get that back. Your whole generation's through, man. And generations that come after you, man, gonna find out
you become a serf. That's how it is in a feudal system. A few landlords that own everything and own all the houses, and everyone else is paying rent. And that's Esau society. Feudalism. Now the Bible doesn't teach feudalism according to the law. Every man has their own inheritance and is protected by the law. And a king couldn't come around and change that, because the Bible says that the king has to rule according to the law, not according to his own lusts. Yeah, I just take everyone's land and you're gonna have to pay me rent now. It's covetousness. Covetous, man. That's Esau, man. So in Rome, when you go back to the history of Rome, Rome had a democracy, yes. And it was meant to be that there would be a two-party system, and the poor would have a say in the rulership of Rome. So you had the plebs, which represented the poor people, and then you had the patricians. The patricians were your like noble families. But the reality of Rome was the plebs that represented the poor all sold out, and all the laws of Rome were made in favor of the rich. So that's why Rome ended up collapsing in on itself, because these guys were just parasites. Taking more and more the lust for riches, and you just fuck everything up. And that's exactly how it is in this man's system today. They're all on the take. They're all on the take. These politicians, they're all on the take, sucking as much as they can from the people, man. To the point where the host is gonna die in the end. Man, no honor, no integrity.
Even, even in Ahab, I mean, one time he conquered the land of Naboth, vineyard, and then he took it by force, by deceit. And then at the end, he almost said it, he killed him.
Okay, exactly.
So finishing off this in Wisdom of Solomon 2, verse 11. So let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth.
Esau only respects strength, man. He ain't a man that protects the weak. He lies. Oh yeah, we're going into this country because no, man. Esau don't care about the weak. He doesn't respect the weak. He's not that kind of person. He doesn't care about the widow. He doesn't care about the fatherless. He be going balls deep in the fatherless. That's what they do. Jerry Sandusky and all these guys, they target children that are fatherless, man, and go balls deep all up inside of them. That's the truth. That's what Sandusky was doing. Oh yeah, I got a program for the underprivileged. Yeah, he had a program, all right. He was running that program up the side of the wall from behind, in the damn showers, and everybody knew about it. Oh yeah, he was giving them some assistance. Yeah, damn devils, man. Yeah, let's more on Habakkuk. Let's get Habakkuk again.
It's like it.
Yeah.
Isaiah. So Isaiah 14:15 says, Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, and consider thee, saying, Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, and did shake the kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened up the house of his prisoners?
To open up the house of his prisoners, man. Esau hasn't liberated, beginning with the so-called niggers, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. He hasn't liberated our people. He has done everything in his power to keep our people under subjugation, man. Mentally, spiritually, and physically. That is the truth. All right? When you subvert a people, right, you're not trying to free those people or liberate those people. Our people under Esau will never be liberated. And that's why the Bible tells you, man, Yahweh Shai is the way, the truth, and the life. Because through Yahweh Shai is how we're going to receive true liberty, true freedom. That's how we're going to be edified and we're going to grow. If you can't see on the Esau system, we haven't grown as a people, then I don't know what to say to you. Look at the condition of the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We threw on the Esau. And every step of the way, Esau is there to destroy, to spread poison, to keep you weak. You know?
This is, all the kings of the nations, all of them lie in glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet.
That's going into how Esau, Edom, when all this is said and done, all the nations are going to be punished for their transgressions against us and the Most High and the holy angels. But then they're gonna receive their lands according to their inheritance, but they're gonna have to pay the tithes. You know, they're gonna have to pay the 10%, right? Which is only right. But Esau ain't gonna be paying nothing because he's gonna be dead. He's not gonna receive no inheritance in the earth. As the curse of Cain from gonna be removed from the face of the earth, man. Yep. You ain't gonna have no inheritance, and it's poetic justice because you try to have it all, and you're gonna end up with nothing, man. You went all in, man. Hey, if you go Las Vegas and you go all in, and the dice don't fall your way, you can't complain. Nobody told you to go all in.
And you took the risk and went bankrupt, man. that's what you did, rather than just play it safe. You know, that's your reward.
So yeah, your reward is that you would have been, Esau would have been the second nation. You would have been dealt with your brother Jacob correct. You would have been that nation underneath us. Now you're going to be the nation under the ground. You're going to be the ground people. What more verse? Fertilizer people.
It's verse 20. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned.
Right, you're not going to be renowned as heroes, pioneers, progressive people. No, you're going to be regarded as villains, base men. Right. You know, promoting LGBT, bro, in the earth, some madness, some insanity, genital mutilation, man. And then you actually made an industry out of that, where guys are making money doing that to children, man. Guys are sitting there with a damn fucking white suit on, having consultations, mutilating children and getting paid thousands of fucking dollars, man. Meanwhile, a firefighter can't get paid. The firefighter is struggling to get paid, but who's getting paid? The guy that's chopping people up and manipulating them and turning their penises inside out. What's going on, man? What's going on? Right on that?
It's a book of Ecclesiasticus 14 and we start for 4. He that gathers by defrauding is also gathering for others.
Right, man. Gathers by defrauding. Esau's system, right, is a trap because what? See, he's got systems that in place that we're against fraud. Fraud is like a big thing in Esau's society, right? If you lie on an application or something, he's not going to come down with you hard, man. You're going to come down, you're going to get 10, 15 years. You might not even get another job again. If you get convicted fraud, tax evasion and all. Well, unless you're not one of the elites. Like, unless you're not, what's his name? Oh shit, what was the guy's name that got the presidential pardon? Oh, one of them so-called Jews, man. Forgot the guy's name, man. But yeah, if you're one of them top Edomites, you get the presidential pardon, and it's gonna be no problem for you. But if you're a normal everyday person, Esau's like got fraud, you know, we're against fraud. So it looks like he's about having everything above board, everything's on in line, when the reality is the systems itself that they are protecting are fraudulent systems. The monetary system is a fraud from day one. It's a fraud in itself is a fraud. But you're not allowed to counterfeit money. Oh, that guy counterfeited money. We're going to give him 20 years. Bro, your money is counterfeit. When you know what I'm saying? Here it is. If you print money or you create a bank and it's not a what do you call? You don't have a banking license. Oh, that's fraud. But the actual banks that have licenses, what do they do all day? Fraud. This whole society is a scam. Oh yeah, with the FDA and what they call it, motherfuckers, has to approve your medicine. Then you find out that the pharmaceutical companies are paying off the FDA. It's all part of the scam. FDA approved. It's no different to the fucking fair trade bullshit. It's all BS, man. It's all a fraud, man. And they gaining money from that. Nah, it's Mark Rich. That's it. Mark Rich, man. He got a presidential pardon for doing the biggest tax evasion fraud in American history. And I think it was Bill Clinton gave him a presidential pardon on his last day in office, while he was on the run in Europe with all of his rich friends. Motherfucker, man. But then Wesley Snipes has to go jail. Huh, you see how it works? Fraud, man. Fraudulent system. Go on.
He that gathered by defrauding,
That's it. Scum.
he that gathered by defrauding is also gathering for others, that shall spend his goods righteously. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good?
Right. Esau even fucks over his own people. So how we going to take care of our people when them Edomites don't give a damn about their own people, man? Now they got their own people hooked on meth. They don't give a fuck. They're making money from it. Heroin, they don't give a damn. So how does he care about you? That's why we need to be saved, man, because it's not a good position to have your enemy, to be in your enemy's hands. It never has been throughout history. You don't want to be in your enemy's hands. You want to get away from the enemy. That only makes sense. But a lot of our people can't grasp that notion that this man is the enemy and the goal is to get out of his hand. Because this man wanted to put poison in your children. The man came on TV with a straight face here in the UK and said all the children in school need to get the thing. And now it's coming out that they're saying, oh, well, you know, wait, hold on. That means you tried to kill my children. What the fuck? Hey, yo, this is madness, man. This man, he wanted every school child to get the thing, man. Whoa. And they were getting what, £16 a pop? Them pharmaceutical companies were earning £16 a pop for something that they had no liability to. £16. Think about it. You're getting £16. Most of that's pure profit. You didn't have to do no proper research because you know you didn't do no long-term study on it. Yeah, it can kill who it wants to kill. No one can sue you, so there's nothing on the back end for you to suffer. £16 each one, and then you're saying man need a booster on top of that, bro. Bro, them man were making peace. That's why the stock price went up. Goodness gracious, man. I wish I had a product I can make everybody take. Imagine if you had a product you could make everybody take. No liability, doesn't even have to work. Come on, man. Wake up, man.
He shall not take pleasure in his goods. There is none worse than he that envies himself, and this is the recompense of his wickedness. And if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly.
Yep.
And at the last, he will declare his wickedness.
Right. If they do any good, you don't really want to do that. It's a means to an end. He'll do you good to gain your trust, turn around and give it to you on the back end.
You got to keep that appearance, man, keep that balance going, so you can keep the life, keep going on with the life. You know, just to extend the life. That's all it is. You know, because he needs to keep it running. So you might do a little thing here and there, make it like you're doing something good for change. But ultimately, it's still there to destroy you. You know, to put you in that full sense of security.
Right, but like all these welfare stimulus things, it's just the hooky one to get you ready for the UBI. So they can sell the UBI like, oh, we're trying to help you. We're going to give you universal basic income. When really what it is a control mechanism to put you in slavery. That's how the devil operates.
It's like pedophile schools, man. That's like, I'm not threatening. Here's a lollipop. You know,
Yeah.
that's what he was doing.
Oh,
you know,
man.
I'm not a snake. I ain't gonna bite you.
Yep.
But he's gonna bite you, man.
Right.
A wicked eye, envious is the envious man has a wicked eye. He turns away his face and despises men. And a covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion.
A covetous man's eye, you ain't gonna be satisfied with what you got. Esau's always gonna. That's why you can't sleep around a guy like Esau, because he's always gonna be looking for what you got. And a lot of you niggas are in that same spirit. That's why you Jake rob each other. Jake can't get nothing around Jake because Jake got that same wicked demonic. That's why Yahweh Shai said, man, ye are of your father the devil, man. A nigga can't come round without getting his chain snatched. You know, because you Jake got that same spirit of Esau, man. You coming up off your daddy, man. Esau got that spirit. That's why I need to find it. But in the book, there's in the book, Bury My Heart at Wounded Knee, there's a section where the tribes tried to send each other messengers. Because Esau was coming to the end. He tried to send a message. And they said, listen, if you got any pearls or gold and silver, when this guy comes round, hide it. Because if he finds out that you got that shit and that shit is available, it's a wrap for you. Tom Lumberson, them guys weren't playing. He cut, oh shit, oh that man, I got the good over here. They got all this gold. You see what they did in Puerto Rico? They said, shit, man, there's gold here. You know what? You give me that, what you got right there. Give me that. And furthermore to that, wherever you're getting that shit from, you need to go out there and get that. And if you can't come back with enough that I'm satisfied, hey, your hands are coming off. Your children's hands are coming off. Nigga, what? This man was actually doing that, man. Oh boy,
Terrible. Sirach 10 and 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is rewarded. As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. Right? And the problem is we've got the devil in rulership right now. The ruler is the devil, or is the devil. Right? And his officers, his minions, they're all like him, they're all devils.
no
right?
integrity, false, fakers. And then that's why the society now is false and fake. Everybody is fake it till you make it. Because that comes from the top down. If you look at social media is all about fake it till you make it. Fake it till you make it. Be fake. Don't be true. Don't tell the truth. Even if you're thinking this, say this. That comes from the top down. That's something that has come from the top. Because that's how it is at the top of the game. And now everyone's playing that game, man.
Because as a ruler, you don't want people that has adverse to your opinions and ideas and stuff. You don't want them around you. You want someone that's on your side and shit. And that's what that was a big problem back in the day when we had kings in Israel, right? Wouldn't listen to the prophets because they were be adverse to what the king was doing. So they get surrounded themselves with false prophets and certain men that
Sell out.
Yeah. Kiss asses. That's kisses, man.
Man that love that filthy lucre. And then you can buy them off, man, with that filthy lucre.
Yeah. So as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the sea is, again, the devil, right? Such are all they that dwell therein.
And that's why in this society, man, there's nothing but wickedness from the top down to the bottom. But it starts from the top, man. They're a bunch of murderers and thieves and covetousness and envy and all of that, man, from the top. And they're the worst.
The king would set the standard, man. There's very heavy pressure on the king, man, to be essentially be perfect among the people, so they can something to follow. When you got the devil in charge, man, he do all kinds of stuff he's still done. That's what everyone else is doing.
And the worst thing about it is they get caught, and it's like nothing happens. They get swept onto the rug. And everybody sees it, man. So then it becomes normal. It's actually because it's kind of like everybody knows, but it's so normalized that people just get on with it. What?
It should never be this way.
Should be an outrage.
The man's heads.
This guy Boris Johnson, man. How many lies while this guy was prime minister did this man get caught? This is lying after. So then you wonder why this society just demonic, man. Look at how can a guy like that survive at the top?
And then get another job,
And what he says matters.
A covetous man's eyes is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked dries out his soul. A wicked eyes envious his bread, and he is niggard at his table.
A niggard is basically what's it called? What's the other word for a niggard? Stingy. A niggard is basically someone that don't like to give. Like Ebenezer Scrooge. Yeah? Because really, when you really break it down in the spirit of righteousness, if the Lord makes you rich, it's to help the poor. Now, don't get it twisted. That doesn't mean you're going to give away everything you've got. But you are supposed to help the poor, because that's why the Lord blessed you to be in that position. Like if you're a brother and you have more, you're supposed to help your brother that's got less. That's why the Bible says you ain't supposed to despise your brother when he come to you for help. You're supposed to give him liberally. And don't worry about if you're going to get it back or not. Because the Lord has blessed you for that purpose. But Esau, if people really understand the wealth that these top Edomites have amassed, 1% of the population has 99% of the wealth. Their wealth is beyond this. Fuck Andrew Tate. They got the unlimited. If they wanted to, they could pay off all the debts, zero out this thing.
No.
But they don't, man. They make it look like there's not enough of this and not enough of that. Tax your ass to all hell. Give you a credit card with a 39.9% APR. Meanwhile, they're getting 0% loans straight from the central bank. What? What?
Who needs it for?
Zuckerberg, when he bought his house after the IPO, he got a 0.1% loan from the bank to pay for his mansion. Why can't we get that? Why is our mortgages on a mad thing, man? See, when you work it out, right? If you get a mortgage, you could end up paying back like 2-3 houses are paying off your mortgage. By the time you got to the end of that mortgage, your house better be worth more than $1 million if you bought it for like 200 grand. It's mad. It's fucking so, man.
It's from Habakkuk 2, this verse 9, though, right? It says, woe to him that converteth an evil conversion to his house, that he may set his nest on high.
That's what Esau does. Everything Esau did was to set his nest on high so that he could profit, so that he could live good, so he can set his children up after him. And it tells you that in the book of Psalms. They take that money, they invest it in their children, and their children can have the good education, everything that they need.
That's why they're not in trouble with them.
Then that's why they're not in trouble. They want to start a business, they got daddy's money, they got mommy's money. Oh, don't worry if the business goes belly up, they got you. That's how majority of these Edomites live. They got a safety blanket behind them. And that safety blanket is provided by the wickedness of their forefathers, man. Jay don't live like that. You can't rely on your mother and your father to always be bailing you out.
Generational wealth.
Yeah, they got generational wealth. They built up through slavery and the Industrial Revolution and all these different things, man. These big, massive CEOs and executives of these companies that's been fleecing the world, they're making millions. And there ain't no one or two of them. This whole fucking European country is filled with millionaires. There's one place in Europe, I believe it's a town, and basically their tax is so minimal because everyone that lives there are fucking multi-millionaires. So they don't even bother doing no 40% tax or nothing like that because there's no need for it. They literally tax like 1% and they got more than enough money to manage that whole area. And it's just millionaires that live there. And guess what? You would have never heard of a single one of them. Because when it comes to Edomites, they've got millionaires and billionaires you've never heard of. Whereas among Jake, you don't know you heard of the guy because there ain't that many of them. Esau's got wealth out here, man. To be somebody among Esau, you got to be in the billionaire status. Otherwise, really, who are you? You can't even get into the country club nowadays with a 10 million thing. They might be laughing at you like, what's your net worth? 10 million. What's he doing here? They laugh you out of the country club.
They've always said them man got generational wealth. Yeah? That's what they got, but Jay got generational debt.
Yeah,
that's the part of the curse, though. Curses, man. You know? We're just born into a shitty situation over again, man. Having to deal with a handicap all the time. Them man are plus, they're in pluses before they even come out of the womb, man.
All them scumbag lawyers, mainly them JOOs, that be working for these companies and getting them off. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're making all that money, man. Oh, it's all blood money. They show you that in Devil's Advocate. Satan was working with all them lawyers, man.
Well, the fact that these things are slave companies, right? They're still getting paid out until last years ago, or whatever.
They what's it called? Compensated the plantation owners, man.
Yeah. So it just shows you, man.
So scummy, man. It's all scummy activity.
But Jay didn't get a damn thing from them, man.
Scum, man. Go on,
It's the book of Job 21 and 7. Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yea, are might in power. Their seed is established in their sight.
Right, mighty in power, because these Edomites, they could pick up the phone and make shit happen. They could pick up the phone, and that's the difference between you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Yeah, your favorite rapper can't pick up the phone and make shit happen. I mean, they could probably pick up the phone and make something happen on the block somewhere. Like, yeah, that's small fry. I'm talking they could pick up the phone and really make shit happen. They can lobby. They got politicians in that because it's all one. The whole thing is all one group, right? And they can change this law here that make it where they make another 200 billion just by changing that law or getting that tax exemption or getting that government contract. Yeah? That's what they can do. They can shut down your business. They can make it where all of a sudden a bunch of agents are coming in and they're checking this health code and that health code, and you're gone, you're out of there. Meanwhile, their business never gets a fucking check. That's how it works, man. Yeah, man.
Their seed is established in
Is it on?
Yes, sorry.
their seed is established in their sight with them and their offspring before their eyes.
Right. That's so their youths then go to Harvard and Stanford and Oxford, and a lot of times they ain't even got to be smart. They'll pay off to get the credentials they need. It's just all the formalities because they already got their pathway set up for them anyway. Like look at George Bush Jr. That dude was an idiot, but he became president because it was already set up. Man, just in uni smoking weed. You know what I mean? Like they already got it set up, man. The seed is established. They got their root already set up.
Yeah.
Nepotism.
Their houses are safe from fear. Never,
Right, they live in them middle class areas. They don't have to worry about certain crime and certain things happening around them. That's in your area. That's your problem right there. Okay? Their house is safe. They don't have to worry about breaking in and things like that, and gunshots popping up and bullets flying through the window, even though they'll be involved in it. They might be involved in the drug trade, but it's never going to touch where they're at. You know, the violence and all these things, that's relegated to you Negroes areas, man. They live in the nice areas, the cushy areas, Richmond and all them places there. I was watching a thing of stabbings in London, and then when you go to Richmond, almost zero, man, because that ain't happening over there. And I've been over to Richmond. It's a very nice area. Different shops, not too many chicken and chip shops. Nice little places to eat. I'm like, yeah, by the river. You see them all out there riding with their family. Hi, guys. Meanwhile, they're stealing Granny's mortgage, you know. That's what they do for a living. So,
their houses are safe from fear. Neither is the Lord of Most High upon them. They are bull generous and fails not. They are calvers and casteth not a calf. They send forth their little ones like a flock, and their children dance.
right, like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. These are extremely successful families, man. And they've set up shop all over the world and spread themselves out. And the family's got so much money they could change their name, and that's also part of the money family, and they still got money. And you could go even if you go to any South American country, type in the top 10 richest families, which always remember that the money they declare or the wealth they declare is never the full money, but you'll see it will be a family, and that's how they operate. So the wealth isn't just with one brother. There might be like 4 brothers and 3 sisters, and then when you look at the wealth they command together, it's like, wow, they might have a whole empire. Then there'll be another family. That's how they operate. We have whole families, and then there's the cousins and nephews, and they got a high net wealth too. Then there might be another family with different surnames, but really it's the same family. So it's just like the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds. The Clintons are supposed to be Rockefeller, just under a different name. The Rothschilds got loads of offshoots, families that are really Rothschilds, but they have a different surname, and they also wealthy, and they got money. That's how it works, man.
hide the facts. You know, just like Esau does with his identity as a whole. I hide it. You don't be identified as an Edomite. They want to draw attention.
But the House of Windsor, that's an example. You know, the so-called royal family, they call themselves the House of Windsor, when their original surname was Saxe Coburg Gold. And they're cousins in the royal family in Spain and so forth. They look just the same. When you see the Princess of Spain and all that, they look just like Lizzie and them, with a tan. Oh, no, I'm joking, but there you go.
They take the timbrel and harp and rejoice at the sound of the organs. They spend their days in work, and in a moment go down to the grave.
They enjoy themselves, build up an empire, a dynasty, and then they die in their wealth, man. And that's what's been happening with these Edomites. You know? Well, there's families that has been doing that for years, man. I love Psalms 144. And it's like, you look at this guy, Donald Trump, right? Trump was made by these elite families, man. Because his dad he didn't come from money. His dad came and started working with real estate, and that's how he built up his money. But a lot of these guys like Trump, they're paper billionaires. They're guys that have been put in that position to look like they got a lot of wealth, but they don't really have a lot of liquid wealth. You know what I mean? There's different types of wealth that you could possess. Like, you could be a billionaire and not be liquid, meaning most of that wealth that you claim you have, you can't call upon it. You know, you look at the Rothschilds, they got every type of wealth you can get. They got every type of asset. They also got liquid wealth, meaning they got billions that they could spend right now today, and it don't affect them. Like, you get this guy Elon Musk, right? The richest man in the world. No, he's not. He owns a bunch of Tesla stocks and stocks in companies, and he can't sell all those stocks. He can't call upon it. He's a paper billionaire.
That's it. You can easily sell. You can't sell. Otherwise, company a bit.
Yeah, you wouldn't get the full worm. So they're all there. Like, a lot of these guys are they're wealthy, but the real wealthy guys are the guys that they got the money on deck. They got everything on deck. They got all the different assets under their control. Yeah. Just start from. That's why we need deliverance, man. Verse 11. Start from verse 11.
So book Psalms 144 and 11. Lead me and deliver me from the hand of the strange children.
That's why we come out, and a part of our gospel, yes, it's not generic. It's not something that's up in the air. We're going to say blatantly, our gospel is that Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, the Messiah, deliver us from the hand of the strange children, which right now represents the so-called white man, Edom. Now, in the churches, they're not gonna call it out, because when you talk about salvation in these so-called churches, it's something which is like theoretical. Now, what are they actually being saved from? They'll just say sin, but really, when you go into the scriptures, the salvation is also about being delivered from a particular person. Because even when you go into Luke, what does it say? To be delivered from the hand of them that hate us, right? But that aspect is not spoken about. When you go into these black churches and they're in church on Sunday, they don't have anyone that they're identifying that they're asking to be saved from. They don't identify no one. It's all, I'm a sinner, I'm gonna be saved. Yeah. It's all metaphysicals, yeah. That's why it sounds so crazy that we're coming out, we're pointing the finger, we're saying, listen, we're trying to be saved from him. We're trying to be saved from him, and him. These Edomites, the so-called white man. We need to be saved from them. And then that's why we're getting the kickback, bulk up, and them man don't like it, but we got to say it as it is. We want to be delivered from strange children, because you Edomites are strange and you're not for us, man. And as long as we're under your hand, things are always going to be terrible. We're teaching our children about Batty Man in school now in the UK. That's why we're having protests now because they want to teach 4 and 5-year-olds insanity. They want to teach them about 2 men and 2 women. For what reason? That's insanity. What do they need to know about that for? 2 men rolling around together talking about you in a relationship, man. Fire for that, man. But then if you ain't got the money, you can't homeschool your children. In order to homeschool, you need to basically have one person earning a living and the other person is doing the homeschooling. But Esau set up the economy where you really need both parents working, unless you want to. You got the man could go out and get a 100K job or 150K job, which ain't easy to come by. So you're almost forced to put your children in these schools, and they're going to indoctrinate your children in a way which is not good.
Yeah. This is from Baruch chapter 4, verse 18. For he hath brought these plagues upon you, meaning Israel, right? It's the Lord, he brought plagues upon us, right? Judgment, right? It says, will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. Go your way, O my children, go your way, for I am left desolate. I have put off the clothing of peace, and put on me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days. Be of good cheer, O my children, cry unto the Lord, and he will deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. For my hope is in the everlasting, that he will save you. Salvation, right? And joy has come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting, our Savior.
Right, it's the mercy of the Lord to deliver us out of the hand of this devil, man. Esau, Edom, so-called white man, the wicked that the Bible speaks of, man. And it's not crazy, it's just true. We blatantly need delivering from this man, because there ain't no escape. Yeah, oh, go to Jamaica. Guess what? You're still under this man's hand. You want to build a house in Jamaica. This man runs Jamaica. There, a big controversy came out the other day because you had a so-called Moabite-looking woman, which, you know, she could be a Moabite. She might be I don't know. But she was Moabite Chinese, right? Obviously, she speaks Yard because she's from Jamaica. And she came out and said, basically, look, man, Jamaica is not an African country, or it's not a black country. It's a country like, if you got a citizenship and you got a passport, you're a Jamaican. Well, she was right on that. And all these Benjaminites got butthurt. Oh, no, it's a black country. No, it's not, man. I'm here to tell you, as an honorary member of the tribe of Benjamin, that Moabite was correct. Because Jamaica's a slave. What is Jamaica? Let's break it down. Jamaica was a slave colony. Now, before that, you did have the Arawaks or Taínos or whatever that was living there. But what you know as Jamaica today is a slave colony. You Negroes were put there to be workers and slaves. You were on plantations. Esau subjugated everyone that was on the island, was subjugated. Now that corporation that was created, everyone that was from there was technically a Jamaican, even the so-called white man. When they gave Jamaica its independence, they didn't give Jamaica independence to be a black nation. That's what you thought. Jamaica is for Jamaicans, but there are Edomites there that were Jamaicans. Just as Jamaican as anyone else, if you want to put it that way. Just like, yeah, there was foreigners there. So this Chinese, so-called Chinese lady is right. She got a right to call herself Jamaican because Jamaican is just a made-up thing. And who made it up? You didn't make it. They made it. And they still own and control it. It's just like being a West Indian. If you go and watch them old World War II videos where the British were calling on the West Indians to come in the army, and you look at who was coming, so-called white men was there, so-called black men were there, and they were all West Indians, because to be a West Indian don't mean nothing to do with your color or your ethnic heritage. It's a geographical location.
Esau named you.
Esau named it.
And Indian means savage in his terms. He named you that. He gave you the name. He gave you the identity of that.
You know? So she's right. If you got a Jamaican passport, you're fucking Jamaican, right? That's why we're not fighting to be no Jamaicans. But that's bullshit. Jamaica's a slave colony, and it's still a slave colony to this fucking day. You don't have no freedom from Esau. Esau run Jamaica. That's just the truth, man. But Jake wanna feel like they have some kind of independence. You're not fucking independent, man. You don't run shit. You ain't got the military to do that. And that's the cold truth of the matter. And if they wanted to, they could ship you out and put a bunch of Chinese people there, and they'll be the new Jamaicans, and that'll be it. They'll have the passport and the citizenship. So it's all bullshit, man. That's why we're fighting for the land of Benjamin. The faith is that we receive an inheritance onto our seed, not for no these falsehoods, man.
Verse 23 it says, "For I send you out with mourning and weeping, but God will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever." We're going to return back to the land of Israel, man. And everything's blessed, right?
And be Israelites, man, and have an Israelite nation. This idea of being black and being African and all this bullshit is bullshit, man.
It says, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they shortly see your salvation from our God, which shall come upon you with great glory and the brightness of the everlasting. Because you're going to be delivered in a spectacular fashion, man.
I noticed it said the brightness. What does it say about Yahweh Shai? It speaks about the brightness of his coming. So that shows you that Baruch was prophesying of the Messiah's salvation. And what does it say here? The people that saw your captivity are going to see your salvation. So yes, this thing is about being delivered from the people that we are among, and yes, we are in their hands. Because all them politicians down, let's say you're in Jamaica and you think, oh, you're independent. All them politicians in Jamaica, right? They're not ruled by the Jamaican people. They're ruled by the international bankers and the corporate interests, right, that they have to serve. They're more scared of them than they are of the Jamaican people. And that's the truth. They're just puppets, man. And they're there to manage the Jamaican slave colony so that these Edomites can have somewhere to go on holiday. I just come back from Jamaica. It's lovely down there, isn't it? It's lovely. I just come back from Barbados. You know you always did it. But I've been to Barbados. It's lovely. It's lovely there, isn't it? Lovely weather.
Verse 25, "My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from God, for thine enemy have persecuted thee. So surely thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck."
There is the patience and the faith. And it said tread upon his neck, meaning we're going to actively have a role in the retribution. Yeah? Because the Lord is going to deliver our enemies into our hands, meaning they're going to be under our power. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking to have Esau, Edom under our power, under our authority, under our say-so. Where we can tell him, move left, move right, go up, go down. Yeah? You can't do that now because we're not in our power.
Scripture says, "Because we have no might in our hands."
You got no mind, man. You can't tell Esau what to do. You gotta go to Esau and beg Esau, man. Esau ain't begging nobody. If America or any one of these let's say one of these big massive corporations went over there to Jamaica and just disrespected, yeah, what do you think the Jamaican government could do about it? They're gonna do shit, man. They're gonna find a way to do something without doing something. That's it's called saving face. Now let any of these so-called niggas from Jamaica go violate up in the American government and see if they don't send them down into Jamaica, and the Jamaican fucking man will have to be down with it. They go to extradite you and blow you to a million pieces, man. Or take you back to America and bury you in a fucking hole. Because Esau gonna get what he wants. So we're not in our power. But when we are in our power, we're going to get that sweet revenge, man. That comes with liberty and freedom. Yeah, go on, man. That was a good scripture, bro.
Psalms
Okay.
144 and 11. Lead me and deliver me from the hand from the hand of strange children whose mouth speaketh vanity.
The mouth speaker. Esau's always chatting like we say here in the UK. Just keep it real. Esau's always chatting shit, man. You turn on the TV, he's chatting shit, chatting vanity, foolishness, lies, deception, man. It's disgusting. It's foul. All you gotta do is turn on the TV, nothing but lies, misdirection, vanity. The man ain't true. All pre-prescribed speeches, man. Fucking. Oh yeah, I was reading off the teleprompter, man. Scripted bullshit, man. None of it ain't real, man. Esau don't know how to keep it real. Even when man are apologizing, remember when Matt
crying.
yeah, man, was crying and shit, all fake.
He read it, man. He should read in his eyes. You know, it was put on the whole act, man.
Then go on fucking I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here, man. It's all vanity, man. Bullshit, man. And then Esau try to shame you into loving flamers, man. That's the here it is. Esau's managed to make it where they don't want you to just be nonchalant when it comes to these you know what these people that I'm talking about. Now your morality is judged by how much you promote and accept them.
Yeah.
So now if you don't promote and accept these you know who I'm talking about, you're not a moral person according to Esau's world. You're immoral. You can't. You have to be down with it. You have to promote it. That man will challenge you. Like, why aren't you wearing the armband? Hold on, I don't want to wear the armband. Boom. What do you mean? You don't want to promote it? That means you're immoral. You have to support. Wow, that's vanity, man. Go on, man. Hey, man.
On their right hand is the right hand of falsehood.
Their right hand is the right hand of falsehood, man. They live off lying, deceiving, misrepresentation, the omission of information. Like I saw in my news feed the other day, 7 JOOs. They got clapped up rifle shot, yeah? I don't know whether they died or whatever, I didn't really care. But yeah, they got clapped up, right? Do you know how many Palestinians and that get clapped on the regular from these dudes? Do you know how many, not only that, how many Western journalists, hundreds of Western journalists have been killed? Do you ever see that on the news feed? They omit that. So in your mind, if you only listen to the news, it's just these men getting killed. Because they will omit to broadcast when anything. That's how Esau manipulates people, man. To paint a picture, man, and it's falsehood. That's why now they want to push all these fake rich Negroes in your face to make you think that Jake's made it. So all over the TV, they'll have programs like, and all the programs do is showcase these fake Jake with the most bling you can ever see. So in your mind, you're thinking, "Rah, Jake's made it." Because every time I turn on the TV, there's a Jake with 1,000,000 diamonds. When the reality is, nah, that's not. I ain't never seen a nigga with a chain like that in real life. Them niggas is all on TV. This is the truth. You know? Esau knows how to lie and manipulate situations, man. Gotta be delivered. You know? Go on, huh?
Everything else is false reality. That's what they're giving you.
Feminism, another false reality. You know, the gender war, all this bullshit, man. Andrew Tate and all this is all confusion and madness, man. In our world, everything's gonna be simple. There's only gonna be the truth. Only the truth. That's all that's necessary. You don't need all this confusion. It's a waste of time and energy. And your being, man. But Esau thrives on confusion. Esau will sit there and make up a bunch of conspiracy theories, man, just to muddy the waters, man. If you take the vaccine, it's gonna turn you into an alien. Esau did that, man. Come on. It's just Esau's come up with madness. Esau come up with the most madness because he himself is trying to foster that confusion. So then you don't know what to believe. Oh, look, hey, man, I looked under the microscope and there's a bro, how many different things have you seen saying what the, you know what I mean? But one of them is true, but then there'll be like a thousand of them pure madness, man. Esau, who do you think behind all that? Esau spreading the confusion. He's got to go, man. He's got to go.
That our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth.
As plants growing up in their youth, man. That your sons can grow strong because children grow up in an environment, man, a safe and healthy environment, man, where they can be edified and educated properly in a healthy way, which is according to the way of the Lord. But in this society, how can you raise your son when the world of filth is around you? And brothers that's got children know how painful it is trying to raise children in this world, because they're you're not supposed to be raised surrounded by filth. You're supposed to be protected from all that. That's meant to be on the outside, but really it's all on the inside, man. It's invaded. It's invasive. That's the good word. It's invasive. It's everywhere. Trying to raise up your sons, man, the right way when everything around you is telling them the wrong way.
Well, I like to go through your body. But I mean,
It's just saturated by it's on the TV. It's everywhere. Like when Christmas comes along, it's everywhere, and it's very enticing to children.
Yep. Lights, presents.
Now, if we was in our own kingdom, that'll be something that's happening way away from you. The children wouldn't even be exposed to it. You know what I'm saying? Halloween is everywhere, and they pick up on it because it's fucking everywhere. Why? Because we're in this man's kingdom, so it's all over the place.
The high hundred description is nowhere to be seen.
Because it's not our kingdom. You might try and keep it for yourself, but then everyone is. Oh man. So we gotta be delivered so that our children can be raised up righteously, man, properly. Go on, read on.
That our daughters may be as cornerstones, polished after the similitude of a Paris.
Right, your daughters are supposed to grow up to be beautiful, wonderful women, suitable to be wives to the men of Israel. But in this kingdom, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, the whole world is trying to turn your daughter into a fucking beast and a slut. That's just true. The whole world is designed to corrupt your children, and it's all around you, everywhere, at all times. So you become a small voice in a whole big choir, man. It's mad. That's why we need the kingdom, man.
That our gardens may be full, affording all manner of store, that our sheep may bring forth.
Right, how your garden's going to be full when you're under a thief? How your garden's going to be full when you're under the hand of a thief? No, you got to remove the thief. You got to remove the oppressor, and then your gardens can be made full. No.
That our sheep may bring forth thousands and 10,000 in our streets, that our oxen may be strong to labor, that there be no breaking in, no going out, that there be no complaining in our streets.
No complaining. We got nothing to complain about, man. And that's what the kingdom of heaven is all about. It's to live like this on earth, man. And Yahweh Shai is gonna bring it. This is our faith. You know, so we can live. But right now we're not living, man. Esau sold us a lie. He's selling all these people a lie, man, that they could get something out of this world, but you can't, man. It's too toxic. Toxic relationships, toxic people, self-destructive. Even the people you look up to, that you're trying to emulate, look at their lives falling apart before you. You know what I'm saying? Look at Magic Johnson's son, man. Oh, God. Oh, man. Dwayne Wade. That's what you got to do to make it. Your son moving around like that. I don't know how I could deal with that, man. You see your son like wearing a dress. Yeah, the guy come out of prison, man, and his son. Yeah, but he would probably be in prison dressed like that too. He was probably one of them prison hoes. Fuck, man, like how? Bro, your heart would break, man, instantly, man.
Well, I might be a beef to you, man. Just kick me out of the house. I don't know.
Yeah, back to jail.
Yes.
Disgusting, man. Hey, but
You know, it's over criminal. Way to act as well, man.
it's fucked, man. It's fucked, man. You know, you're meant to accept in this world. You have to accept that. Oh, you're the villain, you know.
Happy that people that is in such a case, yeah, happy that people whose mustia is their Lord.
Right.
Lord.
True happiness, and that goes back to John the 10th chapter. See, Esau sold Jake the lie. He dangling happiness in front of Jake, you know, like a carrot, dangling it. Oh, just do what I say, do this that way, and the happiness is gonna come. The happiness is gonna come. And they got Jake chasing that happiness, chasing that way of life. Oh, just go to church, right? Sing and dance with vocab, and everything's gonna be all right. Vote for Joe Biden. You know, all the racial problems, they're gonna be solved. Vote for Obama. When Obama comes into power, oh my God, celebrate because all the problems is all, you know. This is what Esau does. He's selling you a lie. Be a homosexual. Yeah. Be a lesbian. Be a feminist. Be a thug. Be all these different things. Follow after these different ways, and you're gonna receive the happiness that you desire. You're gonna find pasture. That's all a lie, man. It all leads to death. There's only one way that leads one to life, and that is through Yahweh Shai and the salvation. You shouldn't. The life ain't here. The Bible tells you that our life is with Yahweh Shai. When He comes, that's when we're gonna receive life. There is no life here to be had, and that's a sad. I mean, you still gotta get up every day and take step by step. But the reality is, you're not getting up every day, step by step, to accomplish anything here. And it's a hard thing to take because we're carnal beings in this world, isn't it? You're temporal. You're looking to make shit happen here, but guess what? It ain't gonna happen here, man. It can only happen in the kingdom.
It's Micah 2:10. So arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you,
Right.
even with a sword destruction.
You think to yourself, oh yeah, like if I could just make this amount of money, if I could just do this and do that, what do you think that's gonna do for you?
In the normal world, that wouldn't work. But this isn't the world that you think it is, man.
Nah, man.
It's out for you to win.
Listen, you get money, then what do you do? I'm gonna tell you how fucked it is. There's always a catch. I've been there. So like, let's say like you say, listen, I want better for my children. I'm gonna send them to a better school. When you send them to that better school, you know who's gonna be in that school? Edomites. Straight away, your child's gonna feel they're gonna be they're gonna be ostracized. They're gonna be racist against that child. Their child's gonna get all kind of psychological problems from being around them Edomites. Yeah. So you didn't win. You say, fuck that, okay, let me send them to a school around their own people. Gonna deal with the fucking nigga shit. You ain't gonna win. Just because you make money in the society don't mean you're gonna make it win. It's not gonna work, man. You can't avoid the wickedness. It doesn't mean your wife ain't gonna divorce you. Right? It doesn't mean you're gonna win. You think, oh yeah, if I could just do this.
After gonna be here.
Bro,
Man.
if I could just buy the house. Doesn't work like that, man. You know what I'm saying?
I just get this degree. Whatever it is that you're chasing, it ain't gonna lead you to where you think it's gonna go. They have to be ever after comes when your house returns. You know, it's not gonna happen for us here.
It's true, man.
You know, we're gonna still suffer the same issues that we have when we got money or no money.
All
Except
these,
for you know, just like you can buy more stuff. That's all it is.
all these men nowadays, they just think when you're stuck in that mentality that I'm only another 100,000 away from living the dream, and then a lot of them man get the money and want to commit suicide. So they realize the people around them are empty and evil. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all emptiness.
It's First Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. The day that will be rich fall into temptation. You're always chasing something, man. And Esau got different avenues for you to go down, man.
Oh yeah, man, that money. You get that money. The money can magnify your lust. A man will spend his money on what's really within his heart, because money and power is the great revealer. You don't know a man until you get money. You give a man money and just watch. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? When a man ain't got no money or no power, you don't know about that man, because he ain't got no power or money. He can't do shit. You give a man money, guess what? If his lust is pussy, he gonna spend all his money on pussy. He gonna destroy himself that way. The nigga like drugs, he gonna say, if you give a crackhead money, he gonna fix his life. You think he's a crackhead because he didn't have money? No, he's gonna take the money and buy more crack. Because that's what he's lusting after. You know? You give a nigga money and he's a wicked nigga that you know what? I only shoot and kill other niggas because I ain't got no money. You give him money. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna buy more guns and try and rob more people and kill more people. Because that's what's in his heart to do. So money can also amplify your own destruction. Money can amplify your wickedness and your lust and your temptations, because now it's more open to you to do things that it's easier access to do things, man. That's why the Bible says the Lord said, "Give me neither poverty nor riches." Because you get too much money, all of a sudden you don't want to do no videos no more, because you want to go have fun. You know what I'm saying? There's more things open to you. You live like the top G. You be all up in the strip club like them dickheads throwing $1 bills all the time, man. Giving into their own lust. That's why the Bible says you got to mortify your members, man. So it ain't all about getting money. Not in this world. That money will destroy you. Them demons will just be coming after you. All these nasty ass hoes will be coming after you. Wicked ass niggas will be coming after you. Come around you. The more money you got, the more wicked niggas will end up surrounding you. Backstabbing ass niggas, man. Hey, it's true. Niggas find out the hard way. Next thing you know, you're walking down the street and a man's looking to bust your forehead because you got a gold chain on. So you're always paranoid. Hey, when I walk through my town, it's grimy as hell, but I ain't got to worry about nothing because ain't nobody trying to rob me, because I ain't got nothing for them to rob. They know that. They know that. What's the point, man? It's a waste of my time. But as soon as you start moving with that bust down, bro, watch yourself, man. I'm looking for them watches. These niggas in London, they want to run and buy them expensive watches and they become targets. The minute you buy that watch, I don't even know the names of these watches because I know I wouldn't be rolling with them. These niggas in London are buying up all them watches because they see the celebrities wearing them, get this 10 grand, 20 grand watch. Bro, them demons is out there, man. And they're looking for you, man. And they'll whack you up for that watch. You better take it off. Hey, it's true, man. That money brings problems, man. Your rappers find that out. Envy, it brings envy as well. Even from your own family, it could bring envy. Jealousy. And this world ain't no winning, man.
First Timothy chapter 6, verse 9 says, "The day that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts."
Foolish and hurtful lusts, man. You can get lost. You can get lost in them foolish and hurtful lusts, man. Crazy ass parties with the cocaine and the hoes suck your soul right out of you, man. You're God. You're finished.
That's why it takes you know, a man with integrity to handle riches, man. You know, one that is grounded, as I like to say, you know. Because if you ain't grounded, man, you don't get your priorities straight. You know, you're not putting, you know, the most high first in the ministry or whatever, you know, you ain't you're not in the right state of mind, man, to do riches, man. You know, you're just like stupid with it.
100%.
You know?
100%, man. Especially when the bad bitches come around. That's the first thing Satan's gonna say.
Women,
Yeah,
that's
that's the first thing, man.
Women's always been the problem.
Bad bitches come around, man. Next thing you know, boy, you sucked in. Literally.
Inside out. It says, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
The love of money is the root of all evil, man. And you see that more because now social media is allowing you to see the depths of how low people will go to. And it's not even like they're not even searching to live normal. They're searching for an extravagant lifestyle. Everyone's chasing exceptionalism in this world. You know what I mean? It ain't enough to just have enough. Everybody wants to go Dubai. Everybody wants to have the 6-star experience. Everybody wants to have the bust down diamond chains. You know, it ain't enough for these people to just have nice things. They want the super nice things. They want the most expensive things. Like a normal bitch from the ghetto, she want to live like she's the Queen of England. They want to show off. They want to do all these different things. So guess what? They're going to end up in Dubai getting shot on and all this kind of stuff, man. Or on social media doing the most and acting a fool in the hope of making it so that you can live some jet setter lifestyle, man. And in the midst of all that, you sell your soul. You're fake as hell. You know.
Save yourself.
You got so what and a lot of them get clocked out there. They're all fake. Like, look, these fitness guys are always getting exposed. The Liver King and all. They're fake. All these people are fake. They're lying, man. They lie about. They're just liars, man. Manipulating people. Fucking you had these vegans lying. All these influencers lie. They just lie. Yeah, this one woman, she faked her child's crying, bro. And then she didn't realize it was recording. She was coaching the child how to react to the situation for the views. And then she had to make an apology video, some fake ass apology video, as usual. No, bro, you're fake. Everyone's faking it and lying. Nothing's real. They'll do anything it takes to get to the bag. Now it's fake mum, fake everything. Everything's fake, man. They'll do whatever it takes. They'll do whatever it takes. They'll release a sex tape, strategically release their own sex tape to blow up and do, you know? Come on, man. It's just, and that social media is showing you that the depths that people would go to make money, man, to get fame. They'll go on a TV show and embarrass themselves, pour themselves out, drink piss. They'll do whatever it takes.
Says, which while some covet after the money, they have erred from the faith and forced themselves through with many sorrows. So you know, this has just as much problems, man. Just like you sit on a nice sofa, take the drive from a nice cigar, but you're still dealing with the same shit. You know. This is Luke 6 verse 24. Says, "But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation. Woe unto you that are full, for ye shall hunger. Woe unto you that laugh now, for ye shall mourn and weep." And that's another thing these women, people in general, but women especially, man. When this kind of trouble comes in, like, you're gonna be down bad, man. Oh, down bad. You're gonna be super bad. Right? And you're gonna be crying and weeping and looking for some sort of help. But now what, man? You degrade yourself so far. Ain't no one want to deal with you no more, man. You know, always you fucking, fucked over along the way. Nobody gonna deal with you, man. All this women's, what do you call that, man? All this women live shit, man.
Well, the feminists ain't gonna be coming to your head. And this is the thing: when you surround yourself by fake people are never there when you need them, man. Demonic people are never there when you need them. And that's a lot of people are gonna find out, man. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes, man. I've seen how people react in crises, man. And it ain't like how you think. People go every man for themselves. Now the brothers, we're gonna have something so special because we're actually gonna be willing to sacrifice for each other. You will not turn away a brother from your house, even if you ain't got it. You say, no, brother, come in, man. The Lord will provide, and we're gonna do what we got to do. Do you know what I'm saying? You can't have integrity. Like, no, that's my brother. I need to help that brother. I need to help him and his family. You're gonna actually care about that brother because the Lord told us to be like that. Real brotherly love, real bonds. These people in the world don't have that. These people are all fake, they're all users, they're not really willing to sacrifice for each other. And when the shit hits the fan, they will cannibalize each other. All them people that's liking your shit, no, they don't listen. They will gut you for what they want. It's a cutthroat world. They will sell you out, man. They will take the money to sell you out. This is how people are.
Ain't no question, man. They will ask you, what would you do for $1 million?
Yeah, all that shit, man.
You know, you are
these people are scum.
You know, to get their little break or to get their opportunity or whatever, man. They'll go whoever they need on the bus, whenever it suits them. You know, the winter you man's foul and shit to be there to get that. You'd be surprised, man. You know, you think these people are above?
That's 6'9". That's
yeah. You think these people are above murdering you or eating you? Or
yeah, these are reservoir dogs, man. Hey, Charleston. Hey, gonna tell them. All these niggas in the streets thinking they got honor. They ain't no honor. These niggas ain't got no honor, man. Niggas will tell. Niggas will rat each other out. That's how it is, man. That's why being in this truth is a beautiful thing because we're actually building together, man, with real love. Not that fake love. Oh, it's all love, homie. It's bullshit. You can't knock on that man's door. Realistically, how many people can you knock on their door, and they'll put a roof over your head without hating your ass after 2 days? Just keep it real, man. All these bitches, they got friends in. Bitches don't want you in their house when shit is good. What you gonna do for them? You gonna call them, they're gonna come help you? They ain't gonna come do shit.
Oh, okay, one more. So Matthew 19:23. So then said Yahushua to his disciples, verily I say unto you, that a rich man shall hardly enter into the kingdom of heaven. And again I say unto you,
yeah, because a rich man don't feel like a rich man thinks he got options. He feels like he's got options. He's got hope. That money giving them, they hope in the money that they got because the money can do things. So they hope in that. So they don't need saving. What do they? They don't think they need saving. They think their money can save them. They think their money can make it work. The money's gonna fix everything. They don't care, man. The car break down, the money will fix that. You know what I mean?
Again, I say unto you, it is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter into the kingdom of God.
Like a rich man thinks he got it already, man. He got it all down pat. So it's probably best not to be in that situation. You just want the daily bread. You want the Lord to provide. You don't want to be all fucked up and down bad to the degree where you're losing your mind and you got to do some madness. But you really ain't trying to overdo the thing because it'll end up hurting you in the end, man.
I was going to say as well, like, it's not saying it's impossible. But what I was saying earlier about, you have to have a level of integrity, man, that just overcomes the fact that they got these riches. But the more you got, the more you have to lose, man. You know, it's a more of a daunting proposition for you to make. You know, but if you could do that, you're not controlled by your riches. Your riches are not you.
Yeah, you start getting that ain't so bad spirit, man. You don't want that ain't so bad. It's all right. No, listen, it is bad out here. So you're supposed to want a desire to be saved. You want desire for this thing to come to an end. But when you're having fun, you don't want it to come to an end. You know, that's just how you got having too much fun. It's all right, man. You get too much banana, you start getting comfortable. You start feeling nice. Very good,
It's the book of Mark 8:36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
That's right, man. A lot of our people, man, that's why you can't trust them. Niggas will sell out. Niggas will sell out quick. Next thing you know, man's wearing a dress. Like my man Burner Boy, man, wearing a blouse. Niggas will sell out fast, man. Especially when niggas start getting up there and they start seeing the lights. And man start dangling money in front of them. Niggas could do anything. They could suck dick. Niggas would bend over. Do whatever it takes, man. You gotta have integrity, man, and seek you. The Bible says, seek you the kingdom of heaven first, and everything shall be added onto you. So you gotta stay grounded with the knowledge that all these things are gonna be dissolved anyway. So why are you trying to set up shop in a sinking ship? You gotta build a lifeboat, bro.
All that's unfaithful, man. Because everything that you reside in this world, you get that plus more in the kingdom.
In safety.
But, yeah, in righteousness.
Righteous. And safety on top of that. So this place is unsafe, it's spooky, man. No matter what you amass in this world, you're only one step away from losing it anyway.
Yeah.
Fucking within the porta potty drop on a man.
Yeah. Wait, Jay Leonard got smashed up.
You might win the lottery and then the porta potty just drop on your ass. I was thinking that's a terrible way to go there. Yeah. Imagine that man's at the funeral. It's like, yeah, we lost. How did man die? A porta potty in the shit. Something just dropped on man and just violated his life. That is terrible, man. But that's the way in the kingdom. You ain't gonna have to have no worries, man. You're not gonna be spooky about everything, man. Fearful, because there is gonna be no need to fear. You know.
Say all boils down to faith, man. Because these people don't believe in the kingdom. They don't believe in the Lord, man. Right? For them, it's an intangible thing that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know, but we believe. And so our belief is going to be rewarded, man. And everything you decide on this side, man, guess what? I mean, you're going to be all right. I mean, you're going to be all right when you come back. But the men of the Lord that strive for this truth, man, they're going to have it better. You know? And like we said, in it, that, you know, in the kingdom, we're going to be the superstars, man. Ain't going to be no Jay-Z. You're going to be a king and a priest, yeah, for sure, man. But you ain't going to be on the high level amongst the Israelites, you know?
There's no winning in life. What's the point of a man giving you money if you got to suck dick, man? Fuck that. That's fucking hell to me, man. I'd rather just flip burgers, man. You know what I mean? Than suck a dick. That's just me personally. I don't know what you want to do. But it's bullshit to me, man. That whole thing of them niggas that's rolling with Esau on that level and getting fucked in the arse and all that stuff, for me, that's hell, man. You might as well go to prison. Like, that shit sound like hell to me. That don't sound like you're winning. So it's all fucked up, man. The game's all fucked up. Fuck this world, man. Why? Because I got a talent and I'm good at something. To realize that talent in any kind of way, shape or form, I got to do some disgusting ass shit that I don't want to do. Fuck that, man. We'll just get a job. Go on. Allow it. Bro.
It's the book of St. John 10 and I'm sorry, from 7. Then said Yahushua unto them again, Very, very, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and he shall go in and out and find pasture.
Right, so you got all these different avenues out there because all these fucking life coaches, motivator, rock and all that, banging and banging. I got to wake up at 4 in the morning and you're gonna change your life, and all these fucks out here, man. That's trying to sell you a way of life, trying to sell you something that's gonna lead you to fucking paradise, man, or happiness and some shit, some bullshit. At the end of the day, man, fuck all that. That's the reality of the situation. Bro. There's only one way. There's only one way. One. Not half a way, I'll take a little bit here. No, there's only one way that you must embrace in its entirety that will lead on to life. And that's Yahweh Shai. Anything else outside of that, you're fucked. You're done out there. Any other religion or philosophy or belief system or fucking lifestyle.
But the scripture say the passion of this world passes away. You're gonna pass one word, man. Like I read earlier, man, everything you manage to achieve or get in this world is just a consolation prize, man. You ain't getting the fullness of what could be having. You know? It's all bullshit. Esau's the one that's really living that life right now. Even Esau's life ain't fucking perfect like that.
These fucking frauds. You know?
every minute trying to sell you. Oh, you want to know how to make peace? Then fuck off, bro. Them people are like, you know, then you're gonna have to pay for their seminar, and they're gonna teach you how. That's how they're making their money, man. Getting you to fucking say, fuck these people, man. Learn the scriptures, man. Learn of the Lord. Learn of the Lord, man. Learn these breakdowns. Value this truth. This truth is the most valuable thing, man. Nigga go and fucking pay the Rock $10,000 to hear him motivate. Oh, fuck the Rock, man. Truth is free, man. Get this. This is what's going to save your soul, man. None of that other stuff is going to work, because in the end, it's all going to end in tears, weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. And you're going to wish that you had this truth. And that's if you're an Israelite. If you're not an Israelite, then yeah, go give the Rock your money, man, or go, you know, one of these other guys. Your success as fast as you can. Yeah, go to the Dalai Lama if he's still alive, and fucking get in the lotus position, man. That might fucking work. Oh, no. Some yoga or whatever, you know. Hey, go to Polite, man. Go to Brother Polite. He'll help you out. He'll enlighten you about the astrological, biological, metaphysical rules of the African nation. It's some bullshit. See, what y'all don't understand is the economics. Shut up. Fuck. Going on. Arguing back. You nigga shut up the Bible, man. The Lord's still gonna get you. By the way, Brother Polite, the Lord still got you on his list, man. You're gonna suffer in America, man. You're gonna suffer. You shut up the Bible as a marketing strategy to make money, man. You fucking pimp. Scum. Don't get it, man. The Lord ain't forgot about you, bitch ass nigga, man. You actually put bullets in the Bible, man. So I don't know how you gonna end, but it's gonna be terrible, man. You might end the same way you did that Bible, man. Looking like fucking Denzel from what's it called? Training Day, man. Right. Hey, go on. Really. John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. What the Lord is leading us to and promising is real life, real safety, real peace. This ain't no real safety. This is false. Like, even all these people, oh, I'll move out to the suburbs. But the missiles are gonna tear up them suburbs. So where was the safety? It's a false safety. Not even real safe, man. Because in the end, the Lord is still after you. Yeah. The Bible says all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. There ain't nowhere safe you can go from the judgment of the Lord. So in this world, you're never safe. The world that the Lord is leading us into is the purity of safety. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about you ain't got to worry about getting run over by a car. You ain't got to worry about no fucking heart attack. You ain't got to worry about a man fucking shanking you up. All these different forms of death and destruction. You ain't got to be worried about what your wife's doing when you leave the room. You ain't got to be worrying about your brother. Oh, is your brother plotting against you? All manner of evil we're going to be delivered from in the kingdom, man. Or now, can you say the same thing for this world? No. You can't. In this world, you can't trust nobody, man.
On Revelation chapter 21, it's up in the top. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men. He will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And God himself shall be with them and be their power. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow.
Right, you ain't gonna hear like your son got shanked up or your son's sick. All these different things are normal in this society. You know, I don't just about son's in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like all this madness, man. You ain't gonna have to be dealing with that, man. You ain't gonna have no sex tape for your daughter.
Don't ain't gonna be no slut running around the street bringing you shame.
Where you just
Oh man, that's transgender. We're gonna be truly safe. That's what the Lord is saying, man. It's real salvation, real safety, not temporary, not the temporary illusion of safety and peace. Real peace. That's what the Lord is offering, and He's going to bring, man. And that's what we have faith in. Now Esau, he's trying to promise you all these things, man, but he's a liar. It's vanity. It will never come. It will never happen. Not under Esau. But he the devil that the Bible speaks of.
there's no crying. Neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I made all things new. He said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful.
There you go, man. There you go.
I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
The good shepherd, and the Lord did that. He made a sacrifice, man, for his people. Did Esau do that? All you niggas out there that love Esau so much, man. Would you think any one of these Edomites would sacrifice himself for you? Listen, man. You out of your mind, man. What you think, Biden? Who, Biden? Name me the Edomite that would sacrifice himself for any of you niggas, man. And I mean for real, for real. Would actually put himself through some real pain. But you choose these demons, man. You choose these demons, man. You supporting people that support LGBT, and then you call yourself a Christian, man. Every president that's ever ran, every candidate that's ever ran for president in Britain or America has ran pro-LGBT. In fact, are they going to start presidential campaigning again? Okay, remind me, because I'm going to go on the website. We'll go on the website and we'll go through these candidates and see what they'll all have a section saying, oh, well, for LGBT, I'm going to do this. And then you're going to go vote for that dude. Trump, too. They tried to make it look like Trump was anti-LGBT, but if you go on his website, they're supporting it. He's a demon, too. They're all demons. Fuck Esau, man. And don't take the mark of the mark of the beast, man. Don't worship this man. Because Esau ain't no savior, man. He ain't no savior. That's not his role in life. He's a villain, man.
But this war is not worth continuing on it anyway, man. You know, people are going to be feeling stressed because of what's going to be going on, right? Thinking that we need to keep things moving, right? But this place ain't worth it, man. This place is going to be destroyed. And this place is wicked as hell, man. You can't. The condition you'll be living in after that point, I think it'll be fucking worth it, man. But I was over there.
Well, you got him. That's it. The fact of the matter is, if you take that MOTV, you committed a grand sin against Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and the penalty is death. You're an idolater and a liar. Right? The Lord ain't dealing with you, man. Simple as that. Because you chose this demon. And the worst thing about choosing Esau is it's not even like Esau himself hasn't exposed himself to you. That's the funny thing about the whole situation is you really ain't got no excuse to not know Esau's the devil. Who don't know? Let me ask you a question, man. Who don't know the music industry satanic? Who hasn't seen? That's like everybody. It's not even everybody knows, but they still go along with it, right? The whole ideology of the occultism of Esau, Esau himself has exposed it. Like, I am the devil and I worship Satan. And everyone that plays a blind eye, well, everyone's seeing, let's be honest, everyone's seeing the Satanism. So the fact that you're still going to turn around and take this man's chip confirms that you don't even care that this man's Satan. You consciously made the decision that I don't care that this man is demonic. Because it's not really hidden no more. They themselves have exposed themselves and said, look, they come on, the whole idea of the Illuminati is mainstream. They've made it mainstream. Everybody knows. Who hasn't heard about the Illuminati? The pedophilia is mainstream. If you do not know, everybody knows elite about Epstein. They know about Jimmy Savile. The elite. You've heard, and then you've chosen to ignore. But you know, deep down, everybody knows that these people are fucking Satanists and demonic, man. And you don't give a fuck, especially these Jake. You don't care. Everyone knows Beyonce and Jay-Z are devil worshippers, man.
You try to tell yourself, oh, it's just one or two individuals. No, you know it's
man.
It's a fucking crisis.
It's everybody's seen everyone's been seeing a YouTube video breaking it down. I don't know anyone that hasn't. Yeah, they know. They know. But you're still gonna take that man's shit.
New ones coming out today. You know what I mean? Something about it. You know, all the symbolisms and all that shit.
Come on, man. No one can play ignorant to that. If you've had YouTube or anything, you know that Jay-Z, Beyonce, Illuminati, everyone's watched at least 2 videos like that with their friends. Oh, okay. Yeah. Everybody knows, man. Right? But the Lord, they've done like that on purpose. Kanye come out and said certain things. That was all done on purpose. They're basically showing you who they are, so you don't have no excuse. When you choose them, you chose the devil, and you know you did. It's simple as that. It's your fault, man. They ain't hiding it no more. They're letting you know. Go on,
So Malachi 4 and top. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, says the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch. But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings.
That's the elect. So all the wicked of our people, beginning in America, that is literally the missiles is going to be the end of them. There's going to be nothing left. Like there's not going to be like a memorial or anything left of them, because it's all going to be burnt up. Where they are, it's all going to be burnt up. They themselves, their families, their fucking car, everything. They're going to be left with nothing. The elect are going to be delivered, and then delivered into continuation of something new. But everyone else is going to be destitute. It's the end. That's it.
That's why it's new earth.
It's over, man.
We started, man. You know, everything you never know on this earth is really mankind to destroy.
Your mansion, your corner, everything done. Dissolved.
Great reset.
But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healings in his wings, and ye shall go forth and grow up as a calf of the stone.
Go forth and grow up as calves, man, because the Lord's going to lead us into pasture where we can be free to live in righteousness, man, and enjoy abundance. You know, enjoy life, enjoy the good things that life has to offer, the simple things, the things you can't enjoy here. You just can't, because there's always a sadness, there's always an evil that's around the corner waiting to buy it, man. It's a fight in this world, man. Constant contention. You know, and you have to realize that. You have to grow up and understand this is not fucking fairy tale. This is the reality. You know, this place ain't it, man. And Esau, you have to disconnect yourself spiritually from Esau and the whole illusion, the whole matrix, the whole illusion and the whole matrix that he builds up for your mind to be trapped in. You got to let it go. See him for who he is and see his world for what it is. You know? Now Esau had you take out all this bank loan. You want to be a doctor, and now he's going to replace you with a robot. You wanted to be a lawyer, so you thought that was the way to make it. Now he's going to replace you with a robot. You wanted to be a journalist. You thought you was going to make it that way because he promised you. He went into 70K debt. Now he's replacing you with an AI. It's so bullshit, man. You got anything else? No. Got something? Preach this gospel, man. You know, learn your how shy, right? This will get you in the right mindset for what's about to happen, because we could be out here this year. You don't want to be slacking on that. Make your preparations, man. Make your ark, your spiritual ark, man, to flee this place, man, to be able to be delivered, man, because we do not know how long we really got in this kingdom. The scriptures speak about putting far away the evil day. You can't put far away the evil day because you really don't know. You know what I'm saying? You really don't know, man. Don't play with it. Because once the Lord says it's a wrap for this place, there's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth, man. And a man's foundation is going to be tested, man. If your foundation ain't in your house shy, that's it, man. You're just going to go down with this place. Terrible, disgusting. And life gets real, man. Go watch them gore sites. See how real life can be. I'm telling brothers, man. Life can get really, really real, man. And it will. You got something?
Basically, I can't get spinning anything business coming up there. Anything. People.
Nah, you want the one in yeah, it's not Isaiah. Well, it's close. I don't know. We'll close up on that. Right. Right, so we say, Call Halal Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Bahakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there listening and learning, supporting the ministry. Shalom. Shalom.